up here shortly.
What?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
refresh your stuff. It should be good. Yeah, the internet will go down.
Refreshing.
Should be up. Let me also
There we go.
turn
It's
that
up now.
off. Okay.
There we go.
I also turned the Wi-Fi off on my phone, so maybe it'll help too. Yeah, we're back. Yay! Sorry about that. My Wi-Fi decided to just for a second. What were you saying?
We were discussing that Roman didn't want to believe who like Juliet was, but
oh yeah,
he
didn't.
He pretty much knew.
Yeah, he didn't want to believe that it was her, and then when his mom catches them, she goes over to his apartment
right after
correct
yeah.
extracurricular activities. She shows up and she's like, "Why are you hanging out with the Calloway?" And that really sets in for him, and he's like, "Okay, that's legit her." But he still does not tell her who he is. So
yeah, he had the opportunity. He was going to tell her, and then the moment of hesitation hit, and he was like, "Nope."
Yeah, no.
Right. Yeah, and he definitely should have. But
yes.
and that this is when, if what I wrote down, which correct me if I'm not right, I think this is when he finally relents to calling his dad and asking for help.
Yes.
Yeah, I think because when did his mom steal the money?
That's right. His mom stole
Was it
the
before
money.
or after?
It was
a few chapters before.
Yeah, that was before Juliet came home from college.
Okay.
Yeah. So at that point, he gets the call from Brooklyn, or no, he calls Brooklyn to check, and when she tells him like, "Mom stole all the money's gone," that was one of the pushes. And then I think when all of this, his mom comes back, it's like, okay, well, if you want to fix what's going on with Brooklyn, now you got to call your dad for money.
So. Yeah, and I think he was also juggling the fact when he was with Juliet the last time before she left home, he was juggling with the fact that it's like, should I tell her? But then it's like, I'm also going back too. So do I tell her or not? Is she gonna have to find out when I'm face to face with her in town or what? You know? And so it was creating that conflict with him.
Yeah, and in my brain, whenever he wouldn't tell her, I was like, okay, what's gonna happen when she finds out who he is? Like, is she gonna, like, what emotion are we gonna get from this? Like, whenever she finds out, okay, he's actually in Montgomery, and
but he doesn't find out. She does not find out quite yet.
No.
Yeah, and it's changed for the help with the medical bills, and I think this is when he sent his mom to rehab. His dad made him come home for good to like learn his legacy. Because I think at this point Roman knows his dad is dying, or I think it's after he comes back, right?
Yeah, he finds out after he comes back. I think like within a few minutes or let's say a few pages of him walking in the door of his father's house when he gets back. That's when they sit down, him, his father Marcus, and Frederick, another key character, starts looking at the paperwork, the contracts that Roman's gonna have to sign, that like the legal documents saying, you know, we're gonna help you provide funds for your sister. Your sister is going to be financially set for the rest of her life. However, there are conditions. It's like you have to stay here Some of them, one of them has to go into rehab. One of them pitched, sorry, that mom's got to go into rehab. And I don't remember who, so y'all correct me on that missing
It was
information if y'all can.
the dad. It was his dad. Marcus said, your mom needs to go to rehab.
Okay. Yeah. So all of that was taken care of like almost right off the bat. And that pretty much settled and like made permanent the fact that like Roman is going to be here for the long run.
Yeah. Yeah. And funny enough, this is going towards later. Should read fine print before signing things.
Yes. That's the common, that's like the thing, that's like the common thing nowadays is like when signing legal documents, everyone should know, if they don't already, read the fine print.
Read the fine print.
There's always stuff hidden in there. But do we realistically, do we look at the fine print when we like check off the terms and agreements? No.
No, it's just like a mutual agreement that we get it. We know.
Miss McIntyre's like, no, I have to make this like realistic. They ain't gonna read the fine print.
No, who reads the fine print?
But yeah, that plays a huge part later on.
Yeah.
Because he gets signed. And I get it. We've all been there. We all have just, I agree. And we move on. Like almost all the games we play, you have to agree to something. And do we ever read those? I know.
And honestly, and in Roman's situation, I don't think he even would have considered the fine print because the stakes were so important to him. It was too good. It was like, I'm desperate to give Brooke her money so then she can live. You know, it's like, I'll do anything to help my sister.
Yeah.
So it's like, even if you didn't read the fine print.
Right. And I do want to note, Brooklyn does not like this.
No, Brooklyn's
totally pissed off.
She is pissed the whole time during this thing. She is like, why would you do this? She didn't talk to him for a minute.
For a while, yeah.
Yeah, she didn't talk to him for a while. And I was like, girl, this is your life that he's trying to save. And you're kind of acting like an ungrateful brat right now.
But but I think she knows like who the dad was. Like I get it from her point. She's like, and he even admits later in the book, like he's selling his soul, his dignity. He's selling everything away to help her, basically. And I don't remember when he says that. I think it's like way later in the book, but like he admits like he's sold his soul to the devil, so to speak. I mean, there's no better way to put it. And I think that's why, she's probably grateful for the help, but
what really hit close to home was when I read her I think she was on the phone with him and she was like, I don't care. You left me alone with her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what hit me and I was like, I understand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's one thing. It's like in his eyes, he sees it as I'm going to help her so then she can get the good doctors. She can get this, she can get that, she can get all these privileges. But all she really wanted in her eyes was for her brother to be there for her so she's not alone with her mom. She doesn't think that she needs all of that. She just needs a loving, supportive family.
Yeah.
And that's like, okay, well, I'm hoping that these two learn something from this later,
Right.
Yeah.
Like hopefully they'll grow closer together later, at the end of the story that we are not aware of.
Yeah, at the time, yeah.
Yeah. I need like a soda or something. Yeah, no, I agree. And I felt really bad for Brooklyn being used as a way to get them to show like because looking at it from Brooklyn's standpoint, she's like, I don't like the fact you did this and I don't like that I was basically used to push you to go do something you don't want to do. I can see it in that standpoint as well. And
that gets readdressed later.
Yes.
And it becomes much more clear to the readers to the readers at home how bad it was.
Yeah.
How bad it really is. So
And
yeah.
Well, and
so
then
at this point of the story, Juliet is back home, Roman's back home, and then we meet Beverly.
Oh, Beverly.
Oh, Beverly.
Bevy.
If you can't tell, we absolutely love Beverly. I roll.
She was like, fantastic.
For some reason, the entire time I was reading, I imagined Beverly as like Kathy Bates. I don't know if y'all see. I was like, specifically in like a mix of seasons 3 and 4 of American Horror Story, where she's giving like stern but caring motherly figure. I'll say season 4, not season 3. Season 3, she was really bad, but yeah, like motherly replacement. You know, it's okay, you can trust me, you know.
Yeah.
And I did. I hook, line, and sinker. Like,
it's like, I'm in your corner, Juliet. You know,
like, I care for your well-being.
I will always be in your corner. I'm sorry, I have a really bad
when she goes
suppression.
She goes up to bat for like her and Roman like multiple times at the end of the story. Like,
yeah.
I really liked her until the twist at the end, and we'll get to that. But yeah, I wanted to.
Can you tell we're all ready to talk about this freaking twist? Like, we're all ready.
We are ready.
We're like itching. Like,
I got quite a bit left in my little notes here to go over.
We still have some work to get through.
It's yeah, it's funny because usually in like personal book clubs or discussions that we have, we always talk about the ending first. So
and then we'll talk about the rest. But like,
which is fine. But for the stream purpose, I want to try to go on a flow. But yeah, there's a big twist, and pretty much everybody can understand like where the twist is probably going and who's all involved in the twist.
Well, we haven't mentioned the one person involved with this twist, so I'm saving that till the end.
Yeah. So Beverly is essentially like Juliet's mother figure, because her mother is clearly not
the nerd.
Yeah, she's her nurse.
The nursemaid.
The nursemaid. Is that what we wrote down?
That's what I wrote, because she cleaned up after her.
That's true.
Took care of her.
I mean, she raised her.
And then my dumbass said nerd.
Nerd?
Nerd
girl. Yeah, so essentially we're now introducing all of the characters. We're seeing what Juliet's life is like at home. And for a while, or even actually like throughout, honestly, it seems like she is near invisible and just unacknowledged unless somebody needs something from her.
Yeah, so like Lance has his life going on. You have Paxton's life, but they really shove her ex-boyfriend Preston on her. Like, why don't you go be with Preston? Why don't you go on a date with Preston? And of course, you know, my favorite thing in a book is when the guy walks up, aka Roman, and he's like, so you dating him now? And she's like, no. Hard pass.
Yeah,
like,
Preston was like the governor's son, right? At
that
point.
Yeah.
They were basically
the mayor's boy.
Yeah, they were basically using Juliet to get another person in the pocket with that. She was just basically a piece on the chessboard for her parents. It's like she's worth something to marry somebody, but she's not worth something here to help out with us, basically.
Yeah, it's essentially giving a very like old-timey vibes, in the sense of like all the guys can go and do whatever they want, but the women have to basically, they're raised to be good wives, essentially.
Yeah, she's raised to, she has to dress proper, she can't be over a certain weight, her hair has to be done a certain way, her nails have to look a certain way, she can't dress the way she wants, like,
and so she's essentially trapped and under all of this pressure and all of these prying eyes.
Yeah.
And that is not that is not an appealing life to live.
No.
And then in hang on, I scrolled down a little too far. And Juliet's mom constantly is pushing Preston, like, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Well, in the midst of her doing this, she's the famous balcony scene happens from Romeo and Juliet, where when he finds out who she is, she inevitably at one point does find out who Roman is.
Yeah, I think, what is it? All of the guys are like out by the gates or something, and they're like, "What are you doing here, Montgomerys?"
Yeah.
And it's like a standoff, and Juliet follows whoever she was trying to follow, Tyler, I think, and was like, "What's going on? Oh my gosh, it's you." So
it's a whole Spider-Man thing, but the thing that stuck in my head throughout the whole book was the fact that Lance always called Benjamin Benny. Something stuck with me with that in the beginning, because I was like,
Lance,
everybody else is calling him Benjamin. Why is Lance calling him Benny?
Yeah,
right.
and this is especially after Juliet, comes home and realizes that, it's like, me and Lance have been, close this whole time. He doesn't even acknowledge I'm here. It's like he's a completely different person. And so you're knowing, the reader starts to know that Lance is holding some secrets, and he's got some very mysterious vibes that hopefully we'll, at some point in the book, we'll get to see later.
Yeah. And so when Juliet does find out who he is, of course she's mad, like, why the fuck didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
And there's more between that, and I'm sure we'll go over it, but the balcony scene does take place. He does go to her balcony, and things happen.
Yeah.
And it's very sweet, but they do continue to see each other, even though she does have to go on these dates with Preston and things like that. She's still meeting up with Roman. I want to say Romeo.
Like, in the shadows.
So bad. In the shadows.
Yes.
So,
but they don't keep it very secret, because they end up getting caught, and I believe there's a picture taken.
Yes.
Yeah, they get caught like right away.
Yes. And so Juliet ends up going out with Felicity as a friend, like with her friend.
That's what it was, yeah.
Yes, because Felicity really wanted to go out and have a girls' night, because she hadn't seen Juliet in forever since she left, didn't even get to see her for graduation. So they go out to the club, bar type thing, and
yeah, the tavern.
Yes, and Roman ends up being there, and so they sneak off, and you hear. They thought they were going to get caught because they heard two people having fun off in the back. And then they realized, like, they were pretty well hidden and do some things. Well, Romeo gets up the next morning and is greeted by Frederick, who is the family's lawyer, I believe. And he goes, "This was taken last night," and it's of him and Juliet in the alleyway of the bar tavern type thing.
Yeah, they didn't catch him doing anything, but they were standing intimately close.
Yes.
I think is what it said.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this, Frederick then tells Roman that he can help him with Juliet. And this is where I started, and this is where I texted Shelby, and I was like, Frederick is very suspicious.
Yes.
Like, why is he being like, hey, if you need help, I'll help you. Like, not a problem. Like, I would love to. Like, it's love. Like, who wouldn't want to help love? Like, very, very suspicious.
Yeah, and that's kind of when I started going, why are you so involved and want to help? But in the back of my brain, with obviously Frederick is the priest from Romeo and Juliet who marry them and really want the feud between the families to end. So my brain directly went to, whereas he was acting sus, I was like, okay, he's probably Father Lawrence or whatever, or Father Florence, I think
Friar Lawrence? I don't know.
Something along those lines. He wants it to end, so he's very big about, hey, y'all really, if y'all want to secretly get married, if y'all want to do this, I'm here for you. I want to be a shoulder y'all can lean on when y'all need something, when the families are just acting like total cuckoo kachoos. And so that's kind of where my brain went, is like, he was the helping hand. He was the one who was like, I'm going to help y'all be together. I'm going to help y'all. I want y'all to be together. I want y'all to love each other. And I don't want your families to get in the middle of a beautiful thing. I don't want your family's feud to ruin a beautiful thing that only comes once in a lifetime. Is how I saw that. So
there's something in that chapter that got me really suspicious on him, and I didn't write it down, of course.
Yeah, I want to say that, like, Roman had questioned Frederick.
Yes.
Like, as he should, right? But he was like, how do you work for both families? You have an in with both families. And I'm pretty sure that each family knows your, like, history between the two. So how did you even make that work? And I don't even remember what he said, but apparently it was enough to let Roman drop it for a hot minute.
So he basically says, and it's on 295, it says, how did you pull that off anyway, being both a Callaway and Montgomery attorney? And he was like, you'd be surprised how far you can get when you know how to shut your mouth and have people sign the right paperwork. Loyalty's a currency in this town, Roman, and the smartest men are the ones who know how to write the fine print.
Oh, golly. Highlight it. Highlight it.
That's the part that got me really suspicious. I'm like,
yeah,
there's something, because fine print and things like that are said so much, like, not so much, but it's said often enough that it's like, okay, there's something with this.
Yes. And let me see, I think it continues to the next page. Okay, it's so Roman will say back, so that's it then? You don't pick a side, you just cash the checks.
Yeah. Very, very suspicious.
Very suspicious.
In my eyes.
Here's where we're at in the book. We're about almost halfway through on what we've talked about. This is how much crap has happened only halfway through the book.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's never a dull moment in this book.
Yeah, but again, the pacing, immaculate.
Yes.
Immaculate pacing.
Yes. Very much so.
But yeah. And then I think a few chapters later, we learn more about Roman's past.
Yes.
That his mom broke her spine in the car crash, and I think that's what led to the substance abuse. So he basically had to run off, because they supposedly died in the crash, which I don't think we actually said that earlier. So Roman and his mom. I don't think Brooklyn was involved, if I can remember right. I think it was just him and his mom.
Yeah, I think it was just him and his mom in the car.
Yeah, so they supposedly died in the car crash, and she actually broke her spine in that car crash, and so he was taking care of Brooklyn and his mom while she was relearning to walk. And to me, that's a lot for a kid.
I'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's there's a lot of connection from the start of it, and you have so many questions, and then as you get further into it, it's like, oh, that's what happened. Oh, that's what it is. So when the car crash was brought up in the beginning of the prologue, I was like, interesting. And then whenever Roman, I believe I don't think Brooklyn was in the car, but if she was like in a car seat because I know she was a baby at
Right.
that
She
time.
was. Let me look.
Since we have time,
I don't
Kendall had
think
to
it's.
step away.
Oh, it does say up and coming artist Heather and her 2 children are found dead after a late night crash. But that doesn't mean she was actually in the car. But I think she probably was.
Yeah.
I would assume so. And so, yeah, it definitely does seem like. But yeah, it says an up and coming artist, which is something we do learn about his mom. She was very articulate. She loved to paint. I think there was mention of like there used to be paint everywhere in her hair and everything.
Yeah.
And then she broke her spine and got addicted to substance. But it says cops say brake failure, some whisper suicide. Was she spiraling or was it simply a tragic twist of fate?
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I'm like, and the fact that his, Juliet's dad was smiling afterwards, like that told me like her dad is suspicious, like dark, like I knew it had a huge connection. The fact that his dad was, her dad was smiling over it, it had to have some big connection.
Yeah.
And we were right,
Yeah.
it was Rome and his mom and supposedly Brooklyn, which it does not say if she was actually in the car or not. We knew Roman and his mom 100% was for sure.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so and I do like the fact that this isn't really a huge point to the story. I'll just discuss it while Kendall's gone, but I did like the fact that Roman did admit he's losing hope for his mom.
Oh yeah.
And Juliet was like, "Well, I'll have the faith for the 2 of them. She'll get help. She'll get the help she needs, things like that." To me, that was pretty turning point for me of the connection they actually had because you knew there was a connection there, but is it first love, is it but that to me, and the fact that they supported each other, because I don't think we've noticed that Juliet liked to write stories. And Roman did graffiti and art and stuff around town, and she supported him on that. So that back and forth on that was pretty nice to see.
Yeah, and I do like the fact that throughout the book you see her writing. You see her snippets that she writes throughout it that I really enjoyed reading a good chunk of it. So that was really nice to see. But yeah, I enjoy how it flowed really well. I'm trying to think of something to talk about that's not taken away from.
Yeah, I don't want to go to the next part that we have on the list until Kendall's back, but yeah, the next couple parts are definitely going to go a lot faster because a lot happened in the next few chapters.
That's around chapter 36, 40?
I think 37 is the one we'll discuss next, with Beverly and Juliet.
Yes. I have it saved because I opened the page and I read some of it to kind of
refresh.
Well, it's not even to refresh. It was just like if we need like a quote or something, I can pull it real quick from the book. So I'm a fast skimmer.
But yeah, that's the part where it really started picking up for me. Is about this point, especially with Roman opening up to Juliet more. About his past and his mom and Brooklyn. Because I think this is also when Brooklyn like signs the papers and accepts the help.
She shoots him. I think she shoots the text. I'm looking for it. Alright, this is where she texts her brothers. because it's the first thing in the chapter. Okay, so chapter 41 is where she signs it.
Okay, so a little bit after this next part.
Yeah.
I think that's when they discusses her mom being in rehab too, and that they couldn't talk to her for
Okay, I will
2 weeks or whatever it was.
Yeah, I'm putting a sticky on chapter 41 so I know. Get there. I'm so sorry. Okay. But yeah, no. I'm I I love the fact I'm like here and then I look down and I just see words appearing.
Well, I added it right before the chapter 42 so we can discuss chapter 41 because I do think that plays a part of
that does.
Yeah.
Let me skim over 37 just to kind of. I mean, you put a good chunk of 37 in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
okay. Hey. Hello. Now we can continue.
I am so sorry. Y'all could have gone on without me.
No. We want you to be a part of it.
We were discussing more of the Roman and Juliet, like losing his hope for his mom and
things
Juliet,
like that,
saying things like that. So we were building more of the backstory before we got into the craziness.
Now we're at chapter 37.
So
I also,
30. Yeah. Go ahead, Shelby.
Well, no, I tagged a certain chapter that we will discuss, which is 41.
Yeah. So 37 is when Beverly, the mom, the nanny, say mom, but the nanny, tells Juliet, and I think this is where she finds out. No. Okay. Yeah, Beverly tells Juliet that her. Is that right? No.
Yeah, they're like it's kind of like there are cameras everywhere.
Oh, that's right. Thing. I was thinking 2 different chapters. Yeah, so there was cameras on the balcony because I guess that's how she snuck out in the past, and that the famous balcony scene. So Beverly tells Juliet that there's cameras on the balcony. She was not aware of this. But Beverly was like, conveniently, they stopped working right after you came back from college. Like, isn't that amazing? Like, no one's had time to fix it yet.
Well, the other thing that is mentioned in here is how do you know about the Montgomerys? Like, Juliet asks Beverly, how do you know about the Montgomerys? And so she says, all I know is that after Marcus's wife died, he was grieving for a time, and I guess Juliet's father took advantage of it too. So in his grief, I don't remember what Juliet's dad's name is. Craig. He took that and soared with it because Montgomery was just like, I'm grief stricken, so I'm gonna go and take over and do what I want to do, which then leads to Beverly telling Juliet, hey, your cameras are out on your balcony. So let's see.
And this continues the whole me thinking Beverly's on Juliet's side, which plot twist.
Yeah.
Because she eventually tells Juliet, and this is one quote I did mark because I did enjoy it, but she says, "Love doesn't survive in the dark, Juliet. It demands for you to step into the light." And they discuss that of what that means. I didn't write that down a little further, but I did love that quote. Love doesn't survive in the dark. It's got to be out in the open. Mm-hmm. I think that kind of referred to them living in the shadows and, not taking their relationship public, so to speak. At this time, others around them that were close to them know about their relationship for the most part, but like the public really doesn't know.
Yeah. And Beverly is like, well, Juliet asked Beverly, like, oh, so you mean my family is the dark? And she's like, your family is midnight, Juliet. So it's like, okay, take from that what you will and run with it. And do something. And towards the end of that, let me take a look. We do that's towards the end of the chapter where she's like, don't keep it in the dark. Just bring your love into the light. And
I can't remember if this next part is before or after chapter 41. I think it might be during it, but Bev does talk to Roman about, you know, if you do want her, really want her, then you must choose her. Don't look back.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have another thing I'm marking. I'm gonna mark it on screen. No, because this is something at the end that I said Kendall said earlier, and I was like, oh, I was trying to find it in the book before we started, and I found it.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where, like, you read it at first, like first time reading this book, you're like, dude, what is she doing here? Like what? Like, you just, all right, what is that supposed to mean? You know, and at face value, it's just kind of like, yeah, she's looking out for her girl Juliet. You know, she wants what's best for her, and if that's gonna be choosing love first, then go for it.
Okay.
Right?
I just read something. I just read something. I'm trying to find out when the next bullet point was. But Roman in 38 is talking to his dad, and he asks his dad, how's his mom? And he goes, oh, I don't know. I have Frederick Trek on her.
Frederick. Because that's the other thing. That's the other thing. That he said something, Marcus had said something to Roman about how, like, yeah, we're not allowed to make contact with your mom.
For like 2 more weeks or something like
that.
Yeah, it was like the first 30 days of being a resident at whatever facility they sent her to. She shall have no contact with the outside world. After that, you can contact her. And, which I thought was a little weird.
Yeah.
You know, because even at some point Brooklyn would even say, hey, when can I contact mom? And Roman would, like, basically parrot what his dad said. And she's like,
I think it's the next sticky note that Shelby has is that whole, I think that's the very next chapter, is that whole, you know, Brooklyn once, I think she signed the paper for her medical and everything.
Yes.
And then wants to know about the mom, and that's how they talked. If I can remember right, at the very beginning of the chapter, is they reach out. She says, "Hey, you know, I signed the papers. How's mom doing? I haven't heard from her." And that's when, like you were saying, Roman parrots exactly what his dad said: is, you know, we can't talk to him, we can't do anything.
But here's my thing: is that the dad feeding off of what someone else told him?
Yeah,
100%, because I don't think he ever really did anything. He trusted Frederick with 100% of everything.
39 is a red tag.
Oh, that's what you saw?
No. 39 is a red tag, which means spicy.
Oh, gotcha.
100%. According to Goat, 100%. All right, so that's 39. That's still okay. So the talk with Beverly is not until after the Roman talks to Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah,
your book has 37 tags in it, Jandara?
I would have had a lot more tags if I would have paid attention and tagged more.
I mean, it's only the last half of the book because I forgot to tag the first half.
Dang, girl.
Yeah, I started.
Where do you think all this comes from?
Well, no, because I'm like, wow, this is really good detail. She must have some stuff written down, because that's what I'm gonna do with the next one.
I'm gonna tag.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do like scribe and write, and that way we don't want to spoil it for each other for our next book, and then we'll combine it all into one doc, and you know, make different colors for who added what, you know, and that way we can.
Which we're getting closer to talk about the next book for next month. Yes. We will discuss.
We gotta get the rest of this book.
Yeah. Okay. So, at the very beginning of chapter 41, Brooklyn texts him, "I signed the thing." Sounds like something I would say. I signed the thing. And so they have a discussion of like, do you know how mom is, by the way? Like she asks how's their mom? And Roman tells her she comes out of isolation, we'll plan to visit if you want. Like once she comes out of isolation, we'll go by and we'll visit her. And then he asks her how she's feeling, and she's starting to feel great.
That's right. Yeah, she does say like she's got a lot of energy and she hasn't had any bad days, I think is what she wrote.
Yeah, and it's like and so he tells her hope it lasts, but she's had a lot of good days, she's not feeling sick, she's doing really good, so like positive outlook on this portion. Let's see.
I want to say the next chapter, unless there's anything else in that chapter you want to, since you're a fast skimmer.
I think. Hold on, I'm checking. So in chapter 41, this is a lot of talk between Benjamin and Merrick with Roman. Talking about, let's see. An older, okay, so this is when she comes in. Right after, Beverly.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Beverly comes in on 41 because she... I'm double checking. Don't worry about him. Ma'am, he's always talking nonsense. Oh, yeah, because she says Roman Montgomery, and he's like, depends on who's asking. And she's like, I need to speak with you. And Benjamin and Merrick are like she's gonna confess her sins or beg for a good time. We'll see. And of course, Benjamin and Merrick make everything a joke. So, yeah.
And it's really funny when you imagine Beverly as Kathy Bates and they're sitting there talking about
exactly. That's kind of funny, actually. Let's see. Yeah, because he's giving her a message, I guess, from Juliet.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is when she tells her she deserves someone who will fight for her, even if it's messy, even if it seems impossible. And that's when it really sunk in that Beverly was there for Juliet. She's like, I care about Juliet's happiness. I care about Juliet's well-being. And I guess she feels like Roman will give that to her. Like, it will definitely...
Like, Beverly is 100% on Juliet's side.
Yeah, that's...
In from what I read up until a certain point.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's... Yeah.
And then in 42, it starts off with Roman first saying, I'm really good at sneaking around. So, like, obviously he's good at getting in and out of places. Let's see. Yeah, because 42, you have a lot of notes here for 42.
And one of it's just mainly a quote, but
yeah,
I know that in for 42, he starts to talk and get Juliet's feelings about what if they ran away.
Exactly.
Together.
Exactly. And let's see.
And at first, to me, like, Juliet's main thing was, like, my family. Like, I can't, and she, at one point she says, I can't stop loving them just to find a way to be with you. And this made me sad because he was like, and there it is, the quietest knife with the sharpest blade carving through my chest.
Yeah.
Because that hurt him. You know, that statement from her basically saying, I'm not choosing you over my family.
Yeah.
She couldn't.
I mean, and if you grow up, like, Roman grew up without his dad. He only grew up with Brooklyn and his mom. Juliet
and his mom, to me, wasn't really there.
Yeah, so it was just him and Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And going from having that kind of life, and then you go to Juliet, who her parents were always like, she always had her parents there. It was like instilled in her that your family should be important. It should be number one. It's that is where you need to be, is with family. And so to have someone who has had that drilled in her head her whole life to just be told to up and run away. She's like,
yeah,
but
it's like, it's
wait,
not that simple.
it's not that, yeah, it's not
Right.
that simple to just up and leave. You know, like I've got a life here. I've got family. Like, what do you want me to do? And Roman, I guess, is just like, well, like, would they really care if you left? Would they really
Right.
would they really notice if you left? So,
And in my opinion, like, her brothers would care, you know, for the most part, but like, I think her mom, what I read during that, you know, took that as is her mom would care, but only
yeah.
to better the family.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
she is just
Yeah.
using Juliet to better, and like I think Shelby said earlier, get the governor, you know, because if you marry the governor's son, what if he becomes governor, and then you have that in your pocket,
Yeah.
like, to use however you need to use.
Yeah, the Callaways
Um,
will have them in their pocket for that. And I'm like, okay. Which ends up leading us into chapter 43. My phone keeps going, like, falling. Which is Roman ends up confessing to Juliet that his father is dying. He is dying
Yeah.
of, I think, stage 4 prostate cancer.
Some kind of
I don't
cancer.
remember what. Yeah, I don't remember what type of cancer, but it is
Yeah.
cancer, and he doesn't have that much longer.
Exactly.
Go.
So Roman is going to end up being the successor in the end anyway, and he doesn't want that. He doesn't want the family, he doesn't want the money, he doesn't want any of that. He just wants Juliet and to run away at that point.
Yeah, he'll give it all away.
And
For her.
the other thing that she tells, so in this midst of her talking to talking to in the midst of her talking to him, it also is brought into light that Beverly is also really close friends with Frederick in that talk. So they so sorry. Sorry. I'm looking at notes.
You wrote that Juliet described Beverly as a short, little mean, and scowl on her face like she has a grudge against the world.
Yes. So whenever she's talking to Roman about it, Roman was like, "Oh, I think she's talked to me before," and that's how she describes her. And it's like something kind of sat in the back of my mind with me with that, because I was like, why would somebody who works for a very rich family have a face like that? And
Right.
loves Juliet very dearly or something along those lines, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Juliet, in to herself, not out to Romeo, but at one point she thought that Marcus, which is Romeo's father, and her father were friends at one point. And
Right.
I mean, it makes you wonder, like, also what could have happened in that aspect of what could make her think they had a friendship, because up to this point I'm like, they must have hated each other their whole lives, like something.
Right. Like a long time standing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and one quote that stuck with me is, her saying to Roman is, okay, Trouble, let's climb these walls they built and get our happy ending.
And to me, that was when Juliet basically said, yes, let's run away together.
Exactly.
Because the very next chapter is when Roman goes back to Frederick and be like, okay, help us. You know, we obviously need your help.
And this is when shit hits the fan.
Yeah. Yeah. So my main takeaway during that chapter is he was really worried about what was going to happen to his mom.
Yes.
Like, what would happen to my mom after I left? And Frederick even says she'll be safe. And to me, like, this is what made me get an icky feeling of something more than just Frederick being suspicious. So he puts, she'll be safe, taken care of. Your departure does not change what's already in motion for her.
Yeah.
Like, and then it says, like, Roman says, I study his face. There's no hesitation. Like, he doesn't say that to Frederick, but he thinks this. He says, I study his face. There is no hesitation, no flicker of doubt, just a polished calm, almost as if he expected me to ask.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it's just one of those, like, Frederick really does get suspicious. And as it goes on, you wrote here, Crystal, after talking to his dad, Roman finds out that Frederick was the one who pushed for Roman to come home.
Right.
And so now, like, the cogs are turning up here for me because I'm like,
And for Roman, because he gets very suspicious during this.
Yes.
Yeah, because, like, the key question is, like, why does Frederick even care?
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
what is
it?
I mean, yeah, what's in it for him with that?
To me, like, in my brain, like, if his dad didn't bring him back home, what would have happened to the legacy of their family? It probably would have went to Frederick in the first place, maybe, or it would have been split into the city. So, like, I was like, why is Frederick really needing Roman home?
And this is when what I said earlier is, like, read the fine print, because you also put Marcus said, I can't tell you that, son. I'm not the man who writes the fine print.
Yeah, because it said, like, Frederick was the one who wrote the paper he signed, and that his dad never questioned it. He never looked at the paper. He didn't look it over because he 100% trusted Frederick.
Yes.
And that's when, you know,
shit hits the fan.
Shit hits the fan.
Yeah. Shit's
I think that was the very last sentence of the chapter is,
Yeah.
I think he says, I can't tell you that, son. I'm not the one who writes the fine print. And I was like, oh, damn.
Well, it's that part on top of Roman goes back to his dad to talk about it. And let me see here. I can't remember if this is before or after chapter 47, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. But this is when Roman finds out it is not a good idea to run away. He does find out.
I think it's right after this chapter.
Yeah, because chapter 47 is because that was 44.
Really hits the fan.
Yeah, so so between chapter 44 and chapter 47, you find out that that Frederick, if Romeo runs away with Juliet, Frederick gets everything from Marcus Montgomery's fortune, estate, everything, because Roman left. So he's trying to get Roman and Juliet to run away so he can get the fortune. Well, in 44 to 46 or 47, that's how it goes. And so Roman finds out about this. Now, when I found out, I was like, how the fuck is he supposed to tell Juliet this? Because they're not with each other. He finds this out all by himself.
And they were supposed to stay apart. Like, you know, they were supposed to keep their distance because they were supposed to wait until the gala which is what I believe in that time it was supposed to be in a couple days. So like,
yes.
you know.
So now we're hitting 47. We're at the gala.
Yeah.
And this is getting close to the end of the notes. So this is when and this is when Tyler and Merrick and Benjamin and Lance, like the siblings, the cousins, everybody starts becoming part of the story more and more and more. So you know shit's gonna happen because everybody's in it. You're starting to get connected to these characters and you're starting to get understandings and things like that. So you know the story's hitting it's hitting where the conclusion is gonna come.
Yeah, it's almost, what is it? It's recreating one of those, one of the more notable scenes from the original play, where the boys, the men, whatever you want to call them, from each of the houses, are actually going to fight each other. They're not just barking; they're biting now.
Yes.
And someone's going to get caught in the crossfire,
and they do, which ends up making it to where Tyler, which is known as Tybalt, shoots Merrick, which is the Mercutio in the original story. Which I believe that's how it happens in the original story, is Tybalt shoots Mercutio.
Yeah, I think at some point in that battle, Mercutio and Tybalt both die.
Yes.
If my information is correct.
Yes. So in this chapter, Crystal put after Merrick was shot and Roman runs over to him to be like, no, Merrick says the famous line, "A plague on both of your houses." Yay!
Yeah, Merrick is
the
type to be dramatic. So
yes, he is definitely Mercutio. He is very dramatic and over the top. If you've seen the Leonardo DiCaprio one, you know he was very flamboyant and out there, and it was fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah.
And then, does anybody want to read the next line? I feel like I'm talking a lot.
So, no, you're fine. So this is when Frederick shows up as actor. I believe it's after Merrick has been shot, right? Is when Frederick shows up, or was he there the whole time?
I think Frederick was there the whole time because he was trying to talk to Roman about something. I think Roman needed some air, right?
That's right.
And so he came up to him, and then the two Montgomery boys, Benny and Merrick, show up. Merrick's clearly drunk, but then there's the other group of boys from the Callaways, and they're all doing their shady thing, and at this point Tyler knows what's going on between Roman and Juliet because Juliet tells him.
And so now everybody knows.
Everybody's angry. Everybody's, except Merrick, but and then that's what kind of sparks the whole thing.
Yeah. Right. And then Frederick shoots Tyler to clean up the mess. Frederick has this whole story already built up because he's, like we said before, he's like the lawyer for both sides. So I think he thinks, and it's probably true, that the whole town, whatever he says, has to be correct. And so he was going to spin the cover story that Tyler shoots Merrick and then Roman shot Tyler and then takes his own life, is what Frederick wanted.
Yes.
To happen.
And top it all off, Juliet is not there.
Yeah, Juliet just had her, her girl boss moment.
Yes.
With inspiration from Paxton, because she finally stood up to her family after so long. She finally realizes that she's got people who support her, and she's got this plan. She's like, in her head, she's like, I'm going to leave with Roman, and we're going to be happy, and, Paxton can take over the company, and blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
She doesn't know anything that's going on outside, which was, like, so heartbreaking as, we're reading it, because it's like, oh, no.
So, as this is going on, the next morning, blah 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 blah. Sorry.
I do want to add that Frederick, because this line again angered me is Frederick told Roman, I'm the one about to inherit your family, everything your family's built. You signed on the dotted line after all. Like, to me, that was like, bam, that's where all the fine print, like, you're the one who screwed up, Roman. Like, you did this. Like,
you didn't read any of it. So you just signed.
I'm trying to figure out, was it chapter 47 amongst all this chaos, or was it later that Frederick revealed that this plan was in motion
a little later,
longer than we think? I think it was a little later.
A little later.
All right.
Because it's it is later. It is later.
Yes.
It is later. So because you go to 48 and Brooklyn tells Roman that their mother is actually not in rehab and she never actually checked in.
Yeah, so then you're like, well, where's his mom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in between the fight and the morning, Roman goes up the balcony again.
Yep.
And he finds out that to say goodbye to Juliet, who was asleep in bed. Mm-hmm. And they're having their last moments together. Mm-hmm. And you can guess what they're doing. And but the entire time he's basically like finalizing everything in a sense. The way he's coming across interacting with her is like, this is the last time I'm going to be doing this with you. This is goodbye. This is I'm sorry. This is whatever. And so the next morning, this is when Juliet starts to learn about what's going on.
Yes.
And it's like, Roman left her a letter. It was very short and to the point, not so sweet. And then like the whirlwind of like bevies coming in, like, you gotta get up, you gotta do this. People are yelling downstairs. Juliet's finding out that Tyler is supposedly dead.
Mm-hmm.
Bevy tells her that, from Beverly. Beverly tells her that Tyler is dead.
And then
that is what.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. And I was gonna say, I don't know if Crystal wanted to add it in, like, she's panicking. She is like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? And Beverly tells her Roman is the one who killed Tyler.
Yeah.
Hmm?
And so she's panicking and freaking out and proceeds to be like, child, just drink this. It's gonna calm your nerves.
Yes.
I'm triggered.
I'm
so triggered.
One. Yeah. Here, like, you trust me with your life. Drink this. No questions asked.
Drink this tea. It'll calm your nerves. Shut up.
Shut up.
And then that's when Beverly tells Juliet, climb down the balcony. There's I don't even think she said who it was. I think she said there would be someone. I don't even think she said a girl or boy. Beverly, somebody will meet you outside.
Yes. And so, what is it?
And I do like the very next chapter. I believe the very next chapter was something like, starts out with Juliet, like, she climbed down the balcony and she's like, this isn't, she's chapter 51. The second I got down, something feels off, but Beverly wouldn't lead me astray, so I trust her word.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord.
And so she makes it to the car. It's Roman's mom who picks her up.
But she doesn't recognize her.
But exactly, does not recognize her. She's like, I know this woman. I know
her face is so familiar.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so she gets in the car and they go to the infamous cliff.
Mm-hmm.
They go to the infamous cliff. And when they get there, backtracking a little bit, in the note that Roman leaves Juliet in the morning before Beverly comes in, it does say, P.S. do not trust Frederick.
Yes.
It does.
So, So, off to Juliet's at the cliff. She turns and, Roman's mom and Roman's mom is there. and Juliet ends up passing out. And so she is asleep on the floor. Colt, backed out Colt. And Roman shows up not too long after, and Frederick is there. And it all switches over to Roman's probe.
And essentially, this is where, like, the big reveal is, right?
Yeah, this is where everything comes into light.
Yeah, it's like you realize that it's not just Frederick who's involved, it's also Roman's mom. Mm-hmm. This is where she's been the whole time. Mm-hmm. She had been working with Frederick, and I think it's like they explain this whole... It's like amongst the whole monologue, you realize that this has been going on since the other lady's funeral.
Yeah.
It's like as soon as Frederick laid his eyes on Roman at the funeral when Roman was 17, he's like, oh no. Frederick was like, I'm not going to get everything after all. I have to get to work. And so he comes into contact with Roman's mom. They start hatching plans. You know, oh, this just so happens to be around the time that Brooklyn starts to get sick. Well, guess what? Roman's mom, and I had to put the book down for this one. This was my moment to put the book down. Yeah. Roman's mom had been poisoning Brooklyn all these years.
And this made me remember there's a movie called Run. If you guys ever seen it, it's a mom who is...
I've heard of it.
Like, yeah, she's like, I don't remember what she's doing, but some medicine, like the pills are actually making her where she can't walk. She's like in a wheelchair.
So sorry.
And that that movie just...
Was that Sarah Paulson?
Oh.
This is so off topic, but I'm trying to remember this.
Oh, hey.
Pull it up.
Go put it as a link in the thing.
Thanks, bud.
He's on top of it.
Yes,
it is. It is.
It is.
Oh, this is on Hulu. This is on Netflix for a while too. Yeah.
So as soon as I read that part, I was like, "What is that movie?" I was in the car. We were driving to Tulsa. Like I was googling it on my phone.
Yeah.
Like I knew there was a movie, and that's So I was like,
"Yeah,
that was pretty triggering." How could a mom do that? Like, and she had a long-term goal. But like how, and it even leads more into what you were saying earlier, Kendall. Like she was using Brooklyn 100% of the time.
Yeah, and it's like you don't know until it's way too late.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh yeah.
It's like Brooklyn had been suffering. Brooklyn should have had nothing to do with this. She was simply a pawn in the game she didn't know was happening.
Honestly, I think the mom blames Brooklyn for her and Roman's dad not staying together.
Well, yeah, but also she shouldn't have
like
been
she
sharing her taco.
Right? Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure she had an affair, like
yeah.
Look, just because you attend the taco party doesn't mean you need to partake in the taco party, okay? But
that's not how it goes. I thought you were supposed to partake in the taco party.
No. Leave the taco alone. At least that taco.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know how that reference connected to anything, so I'm just gonna leave that alone.
I think we have to add more content to the stream before we just discuss that taco party.
That's why I said taco.
Anyways.
But in the midst of all of this, and the villain monologue and the blah 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 blah, as one does, he admits he killed Marcus.
Yeah.
So Frederick.
Frederick killed Marcus. Yes.
Frederick killed Marcus in his villain spiel that he discussed with everything, and of course, so Roman and unconscious Juliet are there listening to the monologue of Frederick and his mother. I believe Frederick shoots his mom. No, she goes missing. No. She goes missing again.
She runs away.
She runs away.
Wasn't it Lance?
Lance
Frederick.
Lance and Benny.
Yeah.
Benny, yes.
Which,
yeah,
that's where my suspicions get answered, that they work together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lance
Frederick...
says, then I guess I'll see you in hell. He shoots again and again and again.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, the
And
whole
Benny
evil...
rips the gun from Lance's hand, wiping it down with his shirt and pressing it to his own figure tightly. So, yeah, they were definitely in cahoots together.
Yes.
Yeah, but the whole evil villain monologue was a good opportunity to stall for time, in a sense. It's like it's like Roman got him to stall for time while, I don't know who was with, like, Benny was with them. He managed to go get Lance and come back, and then that was that. Lance came to save the day, but it's also foreshadowing on Lance's part, because you're like, why would that be mentioned right now?
Right.
Because there was always, throughout the book, you'll hear snippets of, like, there's much more happening in this town. This town is built on secrets, and there's so much more than you think. And there are even, like, snippets of, like, in the tavern, there are some back rooms. Juliet almost went back there, and then Roman stopped her. What was back there? What was behind the door? We don't know.
Yeah, like, and there's so many questions that were brought up in this book, but towards the end, of course, it's a happily ever after thing. Of course, Roman's mom is still at large. We don't know where she's at, but
Beverly is at large under a different name.
Beverly's gone too.
Her name is Cassandra.
Yeah, her name is Cassandra. Yeah, and Roman inherits the Montgomery everything.
And Juliet ends up putting her foot down and stating she wants to do writing.
Yeah, and she is now with Roman. Her oldest brother Paxton took his father's place.
Yep.
His father took a forced retirement, and I'm so sorry. I usually don't like when certain people just get, like, certain characters get thrown off into a different place, but I'm honestly 100% satisfied with Juliet's parents just, like, running off to Jamaica for a forced retirement or whatever. It's like, good, stay there. Stay there. We don't need you. Paxton takes over with, his unhappy marriage and just deals with it.
Helping with Roman, because Roman doesn't know how to run an empire.
Yeah, Paxton basically is mentoring Roman.
Yeah.
And Roman's figuring stuff out. Him and Juliet can be happy together. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure
I bet you do, bud.
I'm sure you do, Goat. I'm sure. But I do want to say that Kendall made a good point that this is clearly book 1. And as Emily McIntyre has done in the past, she will do different kinds of stories. And so, Kendall, if you want to take over what you think will be the next thing.
Yeah. So throughout certain parts of the book, you get introduced to other minor characters, right? Obviously there's Lance, right? Juliet's brother, who she was closest with. He's one of those 3. And then, there's a scene in the Round Table Tavern. And of course, and you're like, oh, Round Table, that's a reference to something. The guy who owns it, his name's Art. His dad is he like the governor or the mayor or something like that?
Yeah, something.
He's something. His father is one of the guys under the Calloway control, right? And Art, not the best guy. He tried to hit Juliet up. That almost started a whole thing. One of the bartenders there, her name is Ginny, short for Genevieve. She ends up reoccurring as well. And and so it's like, that's when things, like, connected. It's like Ginny is dating Art, or has a thing with Art, I think. Lance is pining over Ginny. Lance is also hanging out around the Round Table Tavern a lot. Okay, let's connect the dots here. Art's short for Arthur, Ginny is Guinevere, Lance is Lancelot. We're getting a story I haven't heard in a long time. That's the
I can't
Arthur
wait.
and the Knights
if it is true.
Yes.
Arthur and the Knights of Camelot, baby.
Yeah, I honestly feel like that is going to be, like, so good. And especially with her writing it, like I got chills hearing Kendall talk about it. Like I
did too. I'm not the only one.
Yeah. Like I genuinely
Did I do good?
Yeah,
you did good.
Great.
I love how you put it all together, because the name of the series is Defying the Stars Book 1.
Yeah.
Like book 1. Yeah,
it is a standalone. This will be the standalone, but there is going to continue like she did with the Hook and
Scarred,
all those Scarred.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of
Wretched,
that series,
Twisted.
but
it's the Never After series.
There we go.
Yeah.
So I do think, I didn't connect the dots like you did, Kendall, but I do think that would be an amazing story, especially if she did Romeo and Juliet, and she does, author in the, if she
Knights
continues it, this would be super amazing. And as soon as she comes, if it is in the works and she does come out with it, that was definitely going to be the next. As soon as it comes
gonna
out,
be a pre-order.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
My thing is like I get like if she's doing like these great stories that are told. So like Arthur and the Knights would be so cool to have next, and if like she brought Hamlet into this, or like Julius Caesar and stuff, because it's defying the stars. So it's like these are stories that were made up for many years. And
well, you gotta look at like Hooked. Hooked was based on
Peter Pan,
Captain Hook, and then you get like
Scarred is Lion King.
Yeah, Lion King. Like she did all those. It really 100% makes sense for her to do Romeo and Juliet, all those stories that we grew up loving, and I'm super excited. Like I said, I did not put that 2 and 2 together, but you gave me chills talking about it.
Yeah,
so
I'm so
let's
excited.
Hope
for
you're
this.
right.
I'm like hoping for it.
Well, it's funny because I didn't even notice it until I was reading the epilogue. And that's when it's like it clicked, and then it was like my brain exploded.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. And then I started like I wish I had the physical copy because I would have flipped through the pages until I found it again. But it's like, that's essentially what it is. And it's funny because I was always like, while I was reading the book, I was looking for connections. I was looking for hints of like what could possibly be the focus of the next book. And for a while I thought it was Paxton, because it's like or Alex, right? Because what is it?
You get a small clues on them.
Yeah, you get small clues on them because like Alex is pining for Juliet's friend Felicity, and Felicity and Paxton have a little like not a rivalry, but they have like a vibe going on. And Alex was noticing it. There was something going on in there, and Paxton is in an unhappy marriage, and so maybe Emily would want to explore that, but we don't know. But it's like as soon as I read the epilogue and I started noticing, oh, Lance is all mysterious and earnest, and things are going on in his life that we don't even know about yet. And then there's Genevieve and Art and the Round Table Tavern. I'm like, oh, that's where that's from.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. So yeah, I really think that would be an awesome second book.
I would pre-order that book because I haven't read a really good version of that story yet. So,
yeah, I don't think I've ever.
So
it's not really done a whole lot, especially when it comes to that type. I mean, you have a lot of like epic fantasies that kind of gets a little closer to it, but there's not. Yeah, that should be an awesome book.
If
so
she
let's hope she goes in that direction, which
she'd hop on that.
I think you're probably on the right track.
I think so.
I hope so. I hope and pray that she'll get to work on that sometime. I'm not gonna say sometime soon, but she can
she's pretty
take her sweet time. Make it great.
Yeah, take her time.
Yeah.
I know she's going through chemo treatments and stuff like that at the moment. So
still?
Yeah. She's getting closer to the end of it, but I know last post I saw, she like went to go in for a checkup and came out and she was all smiles. So hopefully, it's all good.
Okay.
We wish her the best.
Yeah, we wish her the best.
Absolutely.
So from that, we probably
need to discuss the next month's book,
which I do have sitting right here with this bookmark.
Yep. I've got mine sitting right next to me too.
Yep. So I will.
So,
oh no, my
if you want
bookmark!
to explain how we came across this book?
Of course. So we went to Steampunk November. 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago, and we met an author there. Yasmin Salama. I think that's how you say her last name. She was super sweet, super kind. She was actually in the booth right next to us. So Crystal and I got the lucky chance to just sit and talk with her, and we bought her book. It's the first one in a couple books. She's still working on the others, but it's a Sherlock Holmes meets Series of Unfortunate Events, and I think she said a little bit of Looney Tunes because she said it was
she
funny.
said it was very quirky, and yeah, I think it's labeled as a fun, quirky detective adventure.
Yes,
weaving together humor and horror, friendship, betrayal, justice. So,
and the name and the name of the book is The Crimson Run. I'm very excited.
For a link.
Where's our link?
Where's our link?
Yeah,
Mr. Link Man.
Mr. Linky Man.
Mr. Link Man, sir.
The Crimson Run.
The Crimson Run.
It's up on the screen.
Yes, we are very excited to read this next month. We are in talks with her. We have her number. We're going to, me or Crystal are going to reach out to her and let her know when we do the book club for this, and we're hoping to have her either in the chat or in here with us, chatting with us. Maybe. Yes. I will attempt. I will try. But she's super sweet, super cool, and I'm excited. I love the cover of the book. The cover of the book has some cool steampunk aspects to it. This is set in a Victorian era time period, which I do enjoy. I like when things are not in today's society with this, like, I don't know. It's just the whimsical part of it.
I love the formatting of the book as I'm flipping through the pages.
Yes.
It's so well put together.
It is. It is very well put together. I do like they have some aspects of like headlines and things like that in there. I was kind of flipping through it a little bit. I marked it to my chapter 1 spot. She was giving out cute little bookmarks with her stuff. I'm very excited to start this book.
It would be great to especially have her, to pick her brain somewhat. Maybe it'll be, how she writes and, how she came up with the story. It'd be really cool to see.
Yeah.
Even if we have to do a separate one, maybe we do a book, talk about the book and then have her on so we can pick her brain about it.
Yeah. Because we may be coming across questions,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did ask her a little bit of like her writing style with things. And she does, I believe she said she does like a bulletin board type thing, just kind of follow and have like a task list of what she wants to hit with each chapter and stuff like that. Because I enjoy writing. I just have not published anything.
We're really looking forward to this one. I think we might even have January book.
Yes.
I'm at the author at an event. I don't have the book with me physically right now. It's in the other room. But I did discuss with her, as well as like Yasmin, she's willing to come up on the actually be in our stream with us as long as we coordinate in advance with her. Mm-hmm. She did mention that she will drop in and actually talk about her book personally with our stream. So yeah, we just gotta get that one. I will post, be sure to join our Discord. I will post the name of the book, unless Shelby has it handy. So I know I sent you a picture of it.
You did. I will go post it in there.
But this one, the next one, so we're hoping we can meet a lot of independent, authors and stuff like that, so we can get their books more out there, like Yasmin's. But that would be really cool to get the authors involved as well. But yeah, so we're going from a detective next month to the January book is a dark stalker romance.
I'm
so it may not be for everybody. But yeah, so we do have at least the next 2 books planned out, and then we'll go from there.
I'm working on it. We send a lot of book pictures to each other.
I know, we do. We're really bad at putting on each other. That's okay. And then in March, I'm sure we're gonna have a whole heck of a lot of books to read over the next month.
Oh yeah.
So March we're going to a, what is it called? Dreamers and Readers, or
Dreamers and
Dreamers Festival.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you guys want, you can look that up. It's going to be at the Grapevine Hotel. Gaylord in Grapevine. That's right. So it's in the first weekend of March, if I can remember right. I don't have my
March
phone
8th,
near me to look.
March 8th-ish. I think it's like March 5th through 7th.
Yeah. So check that out if you are a big book fan. Us 3 are going. We're actually going to meet down there, and I'm sure we'll have lots of books to discuss after that.
Oh yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything else? If not, I guess we can conclude, and we might need to make these 2 hours long instead of an hour like I thought.
My Evil was the one, right? For January, My Evil?
Yes, that sounds about right.
Okay.
Author name?
I just put them in there. Oh, it's
I need to find it and put
I'll send it to you, Kendall.
Please. Okay, cool.
I also put it in the group as well.
Okay.
We do have a book chat channel, so if you want to talk with us about books, any kind of books, you want a book recommendation, anything like that, we do read a lot, and there is a huge diversity in books between the 3 of us that we read. I mainly do dark romance and romantasy.
And romance
and Crystal.
I mainly do romance. Well, I don't. Okay, I do dark romance and I do fantasy romance, but I also do epic fantasy. I don't really do a whole lot of contemporary cozy rom-coms, is what they're called. But I am willing. That was a really long link. I am willing to branch. So if you do have book suggestions for us, please drop it in our book talk Discord, and we will look at it, and and if you want to join us on these talks, like if it's your favorite book, we'll read it and we'll talk about it, and you can even join us on it. So
just let us know. We'll drag you into this chat and you can chat with us. Now, one thing about the rom-com, though, I strangely am into hockey romance. I don't know why that stuck. No idea. You want a good hockey romance suggestion? I got that too. Don't ask why. It just stuck. I don't know. Kendall does like horror books and things like that. She does read more towards more plot-based books. Like Crystal?
I love me a good fantasy. I love me some sci-fi fantasy stuff. I read horror every once in a while. I love spooky stuff. But, I also like the romance. Yep. So
we're always down.
I'm a sucker for a good sappy romance with some wholesome content.
Yep. So if you
get a range of books from us.
Yeah, we're almost the rainbow. We
almost.
We do not read self-help. We do not read nonfiction. We don't want to read any of that.
I was drinking at the time. You said self-help.
I know I need self-help, but if I can't read the book, I don't need it right now. The fantasies and the Bat Boys are my self-help, so I will self-help myself to those books.
I mean, it's still self-helping. It just
Yeah.
You might not want to talk about the self-help.
No, I'm good. I got my therapist. She's in chat.
Hey.
Okay, well, unless anybody has anything else, Shelby, you want to do or Kendall, you want to do the honors and close us out?
Is there a certain thing that we say?
Do you want me to do it?
No,
or is it just
you can
okay?
Say whatever.
Thank you for watching and staying with us the
Ooh.
whole time. We greatly appreciate it. And
Greek
we
mythology
will.
book? I'm down.
Oh, I love me some Greek mythology books.
I love Greek mythology books. I'm
Yeah.
always down for
Sorry.
Greek mythology. So sorry we cut you off, Kendall.
No. It was
Please.
no. I'm glad you did. I'm like Greek mythology books.
Yeah. I'm down.
I'm
100%,
always down for
so
Greek mythology.
Yeah.
Always
if you want to
down.
join our Discord, give us some of your favorite recs, and we'll definitely check them out. I mean,
absolutely.
This person is in our Discord.
okay.
Yes.
Amazing.
But yeah, we
Yes.
will. The book chat channel, everybody should see it. So, yeah.
Gifted subs.
Nice.
Oh,
Yay.
Thank you, Goat.
Thanks, Goat.
Perfect. Okay. Well, sidetracked. We talked about books. Books always. So I got a T-shirt that says I'm easily distracted by books and coffee. So, squirrel moment went to books, and so yeah, I guess now we can officially close it out.
We can.
And now, if you want to continue,
try again.
Okay, take two. Okay, ready? Okay. So no, thank you guys for watching and sticking with us the whole 2 hours. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We're doing this every month, like these two lovely ladies said, so I can't wait to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
Good night. Bye.
Night,
Good night, everybody. We hope to see you next month.
Yes.
Last thing, I am streaming tomorrow morning.
I will be here too.
At 10 a.m. I do coffee and cozy. So I make a pot of coffee and I sit here, chug coffee, and grind through cozy games. So y'all have a good night, and hopefully I will see y'all tomorrow morning.